Good morning. It is Tuesday at 10 o'clock. This is Training Wheels, hosted through an open door. An open door is a place that we all meet to share our spiritual evolution, our spiritual growth, our spiritual teachings and learnings together in a community that is literally an open door. So this is Training Wheels, where we explore the daily lesson from the Course in Miracles. And we are up to lesson 44, God is the light in which I see. So I invite you to just settle in wherever you are. Make a comfortable space for yourself, because we're going to spend probably 10 minutes or more in meditation today on this lesson. But I will do as we usually do. I'll read the first 43 lessons, and then we'll have a little bit of a dialogue about, or a little bit of a teaching on lesson 44, and then we'll take it into just sitting. So I'm going to turn my camera off, and just to allow everyone to just be in your space, in the silence of your own space. So if you're just joining us, we're just about ready to get started. We're turning our cameras off if that's something that we want to do, and just welcome everybody here. Nothing I see means anything. I have given everything I see all the meaning it has for me. I do not understand anything I see. These thoughts do not mean anything. I am never upset for the reasons I think. I'm upset because I see something that's not there. I see only the past. My mind is preoccupied with past thoughts. I see nothing as it is now. My thoughts do not mean anything. My meaningless thoughts are showing me a meaningless world. I am upset because I see a meaningless world. A meaningless world engenders fear. God did not create a meaningless world. My thoughts are images I have made. I have no neutral thoughts. I see no neutral things. I am not alone in experiencing the effects of my seeing. I am not alone in experiencing the effects of my thoughts. I am determined to see. I am determined to see things differently. What I see is a form of vengeance. I can escape from the world I see by giving up attack thoughts. I do not perceive my own best interests. I do not know what anything is for. My attack thoughts are attacking my invulnerability. Above all else, I want to see. Above all else, I want to see things differently. God is in everything I see. God is in everything I see because God is in my mind. I am not a victim of the world I see. I have invented the world I see. There is another way of looking at the world. I could see peace instead of this. My mind is part of God's. I am very holy. My holiness envelops everything I see. My holiness blesses the world. There is nothing my holiness cannot do. My holiness is my salvation. I am blessed as a son of God. God goes with me wherever I go. God is my strength. Vision is God's gift. God is my source. I cannot see apart from God. God is the light in which I see. God is the light in which I see. Today's lesson asks us to make an inner journey. And if you want to, you may turn your screen off so that you can relax a little bit and not worry about how you appear to anyone else on the screen. Today's lesson asks us to make an inner journey. It may seem strange that traveling inward to a place that feels dark and void can lead to fullness and light, but it can. A couple of years ago, I had a dream experience about this particular lesson. In the dream, I saw myself as a ball of light floating in a void. I was perfectly clear and aware of my own identity as the light. As I looked around in the distance, I saw another enormous ball of light composed of innumerable smaller lights. Drawn to the big ball of light, I felt myself merge with it. As I merged, I knew that each smaller light was as different and perfect as myself, and yet we were all one. It was all one. It felt like seeing both sides of a coin at the same time, or like having a 360-degree view while standing in one place. There are no words to describe the feeling of the dream that was given to me. But I awoke with a deep understanding that uniqueness and oneness are not self-contradictory. This feeling continues to inform me today. Who knows that God is light? I knew in my dream. But the transition from dream light to the light of day can feel very challenging, very brutal, very abrupt. Which is real, the dream light or the light of day? A Course in Miracles tells us that if we believe only in the light of day, we are not seeing truly. We are only perceiving with the senses. In order to see the light, we need to look within, because that is where Source placed the light in us. We did not make the light. Source made it. Love made it. And we must find it where Source determined it should be. Today's practice is a form of insight. We will apply insight to the outer world by opening our mind to it and letting it float lightly upon all it touches. There are 3 practice periods today, each about 5 minutes long. In this gathering, we'll sit for about 10 minutes. The practice begins with saying the lesson in your mind. God is the light. God is the light. God is the light in which I see. Then we do nothing. We just sit and be. We listen, we wait, we expect nothing, but we're open to anything. As we sit for this 10 minutes, think about this lesson. God is the light in which I see. Yes, that is true. But consider this. In the non-dual teachings, we are taught that awareness is self-aware. It is self-luminous. The I am is self-illuminating. It is aware that it is aware. It is its own shining. Awareness, I am aware, illuminates itself. It is God, it is source, it is love within our being that illuminates our being. We did not create this light, but it is within us as God's being. So as we sit for the next 10 minutes or so, allow yourself to know yourself as the I am presence, as the awareness. Everything that arises within this sitting, everything is arising in your awareness. The space, the vast, empty, open, unlimited, horizonless space that can contain anything that arises within it, without judgment, without fear, without expectation. It just arises. And we are the light within which all comes and goes. God is the light in which I see, because I am the light as God's being. Just sit in silence. I will let you know when 10 minutes is up, and then we'll come back together and we'll see what arises. Stay with the silence. And as thoughts arise, repeat the lesson in your mind. God is the light in which I see. Allow all things to arise, and then bring your mind back to the thought of the lesson. God is the light in which I see. God is. God is the light within, which I see in myself. God is the light in which I see, in which I know my true self. When you're ready, come back into the body. Feel your feet on the floor or your butt on the seat. Take some nice deep breaths and gently, gently, gently come back in. Does anybody want to share their experience with this meditation? When I first read this teaching, this lesson, I thought that the light was something separate from myself. I saw it as, okay, only when I reach God's light, then I'll see. But what will I see? Will I see things differently? And over time, as I began to really practice with the non-dual teachings, this lesson took on a much deeper significance for me. God is the light in me. What is that light? It is the light of awareness. And that light of awareness is self-awareness. It's the I am. It's the knowing. That's the light. It's the light that never changes, the light that never dies, the light that never goes out or never dims. It is always present. God is the light in. Nothing can take the light away. Nothing can dim it. All experience arises within the light of awareness. Each one of us is sitting in a room, and the room is filled with light, the light of awareness. And if you took all the walls down in the room, you would still be sitting in the same space of awareness. And if you traveled to a different room, that room would still hold the same space of awareness. It could be filled with different objects. It could be filled with a different time. It could be filled with different people, but it's all still the same light of awareness within which all apparently or seemingly separate objects, separate people, separate times, separate moments are seen, all within the light of awareness of the self, the I am. It is God's being that we are. What did Paul call it yesterday? I am with the light. I am in the light. I am as the light. What a huge responsibility this can seem like for the ego. Wow, I don't see the light in me. I just got really pissed off the other day. The light sure isn't in me. I can never know the light in me. I don't have access to it. I'm too small. I'm too separate. And then we do the self-inquiry. Is that true? That I can never know the light in myself? How do I know it's true? What did you experience in this meditation, in the silence? It's so interesting that we go in to this dark womb-like space, which seems like there's no light in it, but that's where the light is. Patricia, good morning.
Good morning to all. Very good to be here. And to see all the light that is in each and every one of us on this computer in this room. But I feel it. It's, it's there. It's palpable. I still go back. I mean, one of the things, the metaphor of the chrysalis, of before the butterfly finds, before awakening happens, I am still living in the mush. And when I'm in the mush, it's not so dark as it is. Yes, it is dark, but it's full of movement. It's a gentle movement um, of everyone, everything that is in here, which is all the light. Now that may sound strange since it's dark in here, but there's light that is the movement. It is that awareness. It is the awareness of the now. If I'm in the now, whatever happens, whatever I meet outside of my awareness, be it the street or anything else, if I'm in awareness, I'm in the light. And so that's how I say it. In the mush for me. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, because what's moving the mush, right? The mush is not separate. Yeah, it's part of the same thing. Thank you, Patricia. And Elizabeth said, calm, familiar. It's really real. Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Elizabeth. Cindy, come to the head of the table.
There was a moment there where I wasn't sure I was going to remember how to speak, which was very cool. Here's the confession. I love that word, confess. I confess that once I opened my eyes and we started coming back into this space where there's a me and supposedly all of you, I can't remember the words of the lesson. I could look it up. But I'm sitting in a low level disturbance because somehow in this moment right here, I can't access the simple words of the lesson I'm looking for. I still can't do it. And it doesn't feel like I'm losing my mind. It feels different. Yes, I think it was yesterday. I trust linear mind. I was in either a diet or a conversation, and I was attempting to remember the word hallucination. Ask me now, but my mother was concerned about a friend who has Parkinson's who was hallucinating and related to whatever. The story doesn't matter. I was relaying the experience, and the word hallucination was completely gone from my space. And I'm recognizing on some level that all of this is so beautiful. If it's only light, if everything is God, then what needs to remind itself of that? If every seeming sense, this one is, there's a disturbance here. What if all apparent evidence of being other than the light is a hallucination of on some level? What if the things that are creating a disturbance here because I can't seem to remember them are those words or those beliefs or those memories that the practice that we're all involved in is working to dissolve or transform. So it's a very interesting space. There's a recognition that the lesson has something to do with light and God. And it'll come back, or like the book is right here, or someone will say it. There's something here that's finding it exquisite. This not being able to put a word to it. So I really just wanted to speak it out loud so I could hear it. So that's what's happening in this moment. How do I know you're not all part of some grand hallucination?
Mm. Elizabeth says, the light that illuminates the mind, such purity, holiness, its majesty. I love that word, majesty. And it really is what we are. Mm. So I'm going to do a Cindy on you. And what I mean by that is Cindy likes to really dissect her moments and let us know what's going on in each moment. That's her. She investigates the most minute aspects of moments, how they feel in the body, what the next moment is, what the next thought is. So as I was sitting, I realized that there was fear, a little bit of fear, that I would get lost in the meditation and I wouldn't remind everybody to come back. And I watched that thought, that feeling. It was a feeling in the body, a perception, a sense in the body. It was dense, it was, we all know what that feels like. And then I watched the mind try to say, oh, that's just fear. It tried to label the fear and then sort of encapsulate it in a spiritual understanding. And then I saw it try to encapsulate the fear so that the feeling of fear would be diminished or would be contained somehow. And it just happened like that. And so then I just opened. Oh, as soon as I saw it, it was just, okay. What if I let that go? Just let it go. Just be aware of it. And then, of course, it dissipated. But it's really interesting the way the mind can work to really sometimes use the lesson to bypass or to not feel what's actually going on in the mush. Right? That was the mush, that little bit of fear. But the light that enlivens us and enlightens us it's way beyond the encapsulation. It's way beyond the thoughts. It's way beyond anything that arises. It is what navigates the entire show. And I just will say that the light of awareness sees what's happening and just allows it. Thoughts arise, feelings arise, fear arises. The light of awareness sees the fear, then it sees something try to encapsulate the fear, and then it just dissipates into just awareness in the now moment, as Patricia reminds us over and over again, now and now and now. And that's the best we can do. That's it. Patricia, thank you.
Yes, thank you all. And I don't mean to take up so, yes, I'm apologizing for taking up so much time. Acknowledging it. It's good. What I was thinking about, since I broke my shoulder, it's like the simplicity of life has come forefront. And fear comes forefront and it shifts. For example, taking a shower is such a joy. Such a joy. Simple. Oh, I'm afraid I'm going to fall. Oh, hold on to the wall. So it's that shift of fear into action. That fear, that awareness comes forefront, and then there's action. Oh, how wonderful it feels to wash my hair. Oh, joy. Simple. My goodness, I can turn the water on. Oh, joy. It's the simplicity of life. And I forget that because I get caught up in the complexity. So I'm grateful for having broken my shoulder because I'm becoming more simple. Praise the Lord.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
Call from Cleveland Bay.
I'm going to turn my audio off. Was that just pure bliss for everybody? Sandra.
Hi, I'll jump in without knowing I'm going to say. Thank you, Amy. Hello, everybody. This morning, I was meeting with some friends and we were looking at some lessons in the course. And I think you said this on Monday, Amy, that going through the course now is different than when I first did. And it is known in a different way.
Mhm.
It's really nice. I like the way it's being known now. Probably at some point in the future, it will be known in an even more different way. That was one of the lessons that we looked at. Let's see, where were we? Let all things be exactly as they are. And when you were talking about your experience during the meditation, about just letting everything be as it is. Previously, I would have thought, well, let all the craziness be less what it is. And but now I know that letting all things be as exactly as they truly and really are, not as the way the body's eyes would say. Because the other lesson we talked about was, I will not use the body's eyes to see. And that goes right along with what your lesson was about seeing with the light. So the body's eyes, which I was conditioned to use for vision, is controlled by the mind, because the body doesn't, eyeballs don't see by themselves. The mind, it's connected to the mind, to the brain, I guess. That's the mechanism that's going on here in this manifestation. And that mind is completely, or was completely conditioned and perceiving everything through the filters of my past and the filters even of what just happened yesterday. And then today you invited us to see with the light, which is not the body's eyes, which is not the mind. And how do we access the light? I think that's why we close our eyes sometimes, so that we're not seeing with the body's eyes. How do we access the light? It's a place. It's not a place. Words escape me. There is a beauty and a peace and a knowing that all is well that comes from beyond the body-mind mechanism. Some people call that awakening. You called it awareness, consciousness. I am now more and more noticing that I can live in that place. I can abide in that place. I can see, not with eyes, I can see with a knowingness of the truth. And it's kind of looking beyond what the body sees, look beyond. Light is a good word for that, because we associate light with as the opposite of darkness. So I just thought, since nobody was talking, I would ramble on. I appreciate that you listen to me.
Oh, we love your rambling, Sandra. You don't really ramble. You're just,
Well, it's a word. I would like, just let it all flow. Maybe I'll use the word flow on. That sounds a little better, it has less negativity to it.
sounds good.
And yeah, and then my friend Alice has her hand raised, and I would love to hear from other people as well. And once again, thank you, dear Amy, dear sweet Amy, whom I love so much.
Thank you, Sandra. Good morning, Alice.
Hi, good morning, everybody. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I had a deep satisfaction of like, feeling that, that light within that. And then and I have I'm one that still has connections to the word God that I'm trying to clean up. But so um so I felt like, and I scribbled it down here. It's like I had the sensation of what I named life force energy. That the light, the I am presence, the light within everything that's within me, and it just I had the really feeling of that life force energy, that um, life giving, creative power, whatever. And it was that the symbolism, like the wave in the ocean. It was the energy of the wave. It wasn't the material formation of that little peaky thing. It was the energy that lifts and moves the wave that is the ocean, and unconnected from all that is. So it was just like, it was so energetic, and so like not just thinking about it or imagining it or whatever, picturing it. It was just, I had that wonderful where I felt it all. And I'm reasonably astonished that I can put words to it, right here, right now, because that is the I am present, the light within, the God that is within everything. I had that, the energetic sensation of that completeness of oneness, uh, interconnected, no separation. If those words describe it. So, and boy, it felt like way more than 10 minutes. It felt like a real deep dive, or it's like deep someplace. So I appreciate it. Thank you.
I don't know if anyone else felt this when Alice was saying the wave. It wasn't exactly the wave, it was the movement. It picked me up and moved me. Did anyone feel that in your body? Yeah. The way that you described that, it was like being buoyed. It was a beautiful description, Alice. Thank you for that. Wow.
It reminded me of a continual movement, the continual energy of awareness, of being present in the moment. There is this movement, that energetic movement.
Yeah.
Thank you, Alice.
Yeah. Oh. All right. Well, next week's is God is the mind in which I think. That's going to be fertile ground for discussion, I think. What are thoughts? Oh. All right. Well, we can end with Elizabeth. There is one life, and that life I share with God, eternal, or with love. We can say I share it with love, eternal, unchangeable, formless, ageless, timeless, unbound by space and time, infinite being, one spirit forever. So love is the light in which I see. We can call it that. And we're going to be meeting again here at 12 o'clock for 12 stepping. For those who wish to join.
And then 6 p.m. Eastern today for self-inquiry. 3-week special engagement.
Yeah, that is going to be fun. All right. Thank you all.
That was great, Amy. Really good.
Thank you. Thank you, Alka.